Okay, well, I just want to firstly welcome you to NewFinance. I'm over from London. Sam at the back there is our point man here. He's here all the time if you need him. So we have Christine from Yodlee. Are you going to take us through those?
I will take you. And so first of all, welcome. I'm super excited to talk to you about some of the cool stuff we're doing to drive more innovation in FinTech. But first of all, how many of you guys know who Yodlee is and what we do? Sounds like most of you do. So why don't I take a stab at telling you in case I missed a couple people. So Yodlee's been around for 15 years. We service 8 of the 10 top banks in the US, and I think 35 of the 50 in the US, and many in other markets, including UK and some other areas. And we sell various aspects of aggregation, money movement. We even offer solutions for small business segments. We do a lot with banks, and what's really cool is a few years ago we decided to open up our APIs and let developers take our APIs and build whatever they needed to build to disrupt really the lack of movement in the FI side, and pretty excited about the amazing amount of solutions that have come out of that group. And so that's the Yodlee Interactive side, which is why you see a different logo there. So we have the bank business and the kind of developer, early stage to mid stage to even big companies using our APIs. So it's pretty fun. And what I want to talk to you about today is our incubator program. So we've been piloting an incubator program for 2 years, and we decided to get serious about it. We did some market research and talked to developers, and some of you guys are in the audience, and we decided we were going to do a lot more than just give access to the API. So.
Okay, so Christine, who is this API for? Are you reaching out globally or locally, or where are you reaching out to?
So we're looking at folks that need the API to build disruptive solutions around FinTech. And it could be, I mean, our incubator is not an in-house incubator. So we're looking primarily in Silicon Valley, but also New York and UK. The only rub is we do have a series of boot camps, so we need attendance at 4 of the 5. So you would have to find some way to travel to attend those sessions in San Francisco.
Okay, is this like an application? Do people apply for this, or what is this, like a sort of accelerator sort of program where you apply? Is there any cost, or what's the deal?
There's no cost. Essentially,
Okay.
you apply, right? And we're taking applicants until October 1st, planning to announce the class in November. But essentially, if selected, and we're looking at 5 to 10 for this first year, you would get $20K, no equity, $20K to do how you like with it, free access to the API during that period, and dedicated development team, right? I think before we kind of said, here's the API, have fun. Now we want to give you a dedicated developer team. Advice, mentoring through boot camps, and we have quite a interesting ecosystem of folks on the funding side, the entrepreneur side, the marketing and acquisition side, as well as distribution that we want to bring you in and help with various aspects. And then networking opportunities, and then finally a platform for presenting to the influencer and investor audience in May of 2015.
So how long is the program?
6 months.
Okay.
So we announce in November, and then demo day is in May.
Okay. Could a UK startup, I mean, 20K would pay for 4 or 5 trips.
Right.
So they could. Is that viable?
They could. I mean, there might be special circumstances that we could talk about. You know, I don't want to get into it too much,
Sure.
but there may be some wiggle room there.
Okay.
Some expense help, right? Or we may even do one of the boot camps where we have some virtual. Maybe we take a chapter from your experience here and Skype in and whatnot. We are looking into that.
Okay, because I'm just wondering, okay, so you are really, in a sense, reaching out. 20K is enough to reach out globally, I think, in terms of expenses. So often the accelerators back in London or ever actually pay for people to come over, because otherwise, to create a larger sort of range. What are the key features of this API from a Yodlee perspective?
So there's 2 main APIs. One is an aggregation API, which enables you to pull in accounts from various locations. The kind of categories are transactional data, wealth, so investment data, as well as credit card, insurance. There's a bunch of different buckets that enable folks to aggregate through a wizard called FastLink, so you can quickly pull in that information and then do what you need to do. It's all permission-based. It's the consumer decides if they want to access that or not.
So this is a full Yodlee API that any other company would get. So it's not restricted. It's a full thing.
Okay. And then the instant account verification API is basically instantly verifying that account has X dollars or what have you in it.
So do we have any questions for Christine?
Thank you. Hi, my name is Eduardo Williams. I'm from Mexico. As far as I know you guys work in Mexico with one bank. Do you have plans in the short or midterm to incorporate more banks in Mexico?
We do in the long term, but not in the short term.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
So do you know how long that
I would say it's on the, without giving up too much information, it's on the 2015. Latin America is an area we're looking to go into. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Hi, the second API you talked about, can we do money transfers there too, or just verification?
No, just verification.
So
at this point, we're could potentially be working on something like that. Some of the banks use us for money transfer. It's different when you get into the non-bank space from a regulatory perspective.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Good question.
Christine, thank you very much.
Okay, come see me if you have any other questions.